Hey guys, it's me, Brittany. Today I'm going to talk about borderline personality disorder and how it affects me. Sometimes I'll refer to it as BPD if I don't stutter while I say it. I was diagnosed with borderline back in 2012 after being diagnosed with bipolar and 17 medications later in 2010. Um, Borderline personality disorder is one who is emotionally unstable. And to me, that was kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because I've always been emotionally driven, quick to react because I felt like at the time that was what I wanted to do. Now, looking back at the decisions I made, I see that they were completely irrational and irresponsible. So, being emotionally unstable, I am quick to react. I get pissed off easily over the littlest things. So, for example, I would have plans with a friend or a family member and they would cancel on me. Actually, no. Either they would cancel on me or they just wouldn't show up and not tell me. And that, I mean, everybody would kind of get upset about that. At least I think. It would kind of be like, okay, why didn't you call and cancel? You know. But for me, it kind of threw me into when I was younger. I felt like I was being abandoned, that they didn't love me because obviously they don't want to see me, and that would make me want to end the relationship with them. How dare you make me feel this way? This is your fault that I feel like I'm being abandoned and that you don't love me. So therefore, I would hate them. Not like them. I would hate them and not want nothing to do with them. So I would actually go a while without talking to them, or I would hold it in and not express myself, which would eventually lead to some awkward conversations or the ending of a relationship. So for me to feel abandoned all because of something like, hey, I can't go out with you because I have to work, that shouldn't make anyone upset. Like, okay, you need to work and make money for your family. That's fine. Why would I get mad? Because as a borderline, we're emotionally driven. And whatever emotion we feel at that time, we will base, at least I will base my reactions to that emotion. So if I get pissed, I hate you. If I'm sad, I hate you. If I feel like I'm being rejected, I hate you. That's kind of my thing. And I've read a lot about borderline, and that actually I read a book called I Love You Don't I love no sorry I Hate You Don't Leave Me. So that made a lot of sense after I read that book when I was looking through my relationships and someone would set me off and I hated them, but yet I feared that they would leave me. So when I was afraid that they would leave me, oh my god, I haven't talked about this in forever. Whew. So when I was afraid that they would leave me, I would act crazy. Okay, not crazy, but I would say stupid stuff or act a certain way to make them feel like they needed to be there for me. I remember one time a previous boyfriend many years ago. I've never told anyone this, and now I'm telling all of you guys. But this is what a borderline does. So we were out playing pool, and I think his ex-girlfriend got brought up because he was still texting her and talking to her, and as far as I knew, he was still going over there and seeing her or whatever. So what I did, I asked him, I said, do you love me? He said, yes. I said, do you love me? Yes, I do. I said, will you quit talking to her? Yes, I will. And my dumbass went and stood in front of a train and said, do you love me? And I was ready to die just to prove that he loved me. I can't believe I just told you guys that. it's looking now, talking about it, saying it out loud. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Oh my god. But as a borderline, I felt that was right. I felt that I needed to prove to myself that he loved me, even if he didn't actually love me. I needed to feel loved. Something I didn't really get while I was younger. Um, Came from a broken home. Mother was an alcoholic. Dad wasn't really there. I mean, he was when I was younger, but in high school, he wasn't. My stepdad was the stereotypical step parent who hated me because God knows why. He was really nice to my brother, but he hated me. Um, so coming from that broken family and not feeling like I was loved, or at least that unconditional love wasn't there, and it was never consistent, ever. So in a relationship, when things aren't consistent, I go back to that time in my life to where, oh my god, to where I didn't know how to act to make someone love me. I really didn't. My mother would be drunk and I begged for her to love me. Begged her. I begged for her attention. I would do anything to get her attention. And I begged for her to quit drinking. So I kind of took that habit and brought it into that relationship. Even if he didn't love me, I begged for him to love me. I didn't care if I was in a shitty relationship. I needed to be loved. And it was actually easier for me to be in a bad relationship with a terrible guy who was verbally abusive or physically abusive, because that's what I'm used to. I was used to a terrible relationship. So that's what I leaned towards. And now, I'm in a wonderful one. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm actually going to cut this video short because I'm really emotional. So I will do another one about how BPD affects me more in depth. So I'll talk to you guys later.